If you're just starting out in your career, these were two things that I changed that really adjusted how people treated me, and they took me way more seriously. And it took me a while to realize that these were the things that shifted how I was treated. So if I can help you just minimize that timeline to be taken seriously, I want to do that. The first one is learning to mute the expressions on your face. I'm in sales. I've been in sales my whole career. So I remember one time I was so excited to get this one deal in. And then when we met in person, it wasn't going to happen for whatever reason. And I was so excited. I had put so much emphasis on the fact that that was going to close. So I wore all of those emotions on my face. I'm so embarrassed to even say that, but I was pissed off, and you could see it, and the client could see it. And it's that's not how you do business. And the older you get, I think, in your career, the more you realize you want long-term business partnerships, and the relationship is the most important thing. So learning to mute the expressions on your face, not being shocked when something bad happens, not being too animated if something good happens, just keeping your facial expressions neutral. And I find if you're a woman, especially with men, that's such a key skill to have. This is because you don't want everybody to know exactly what you're thinking. You want them to kind of be waiting for what your actual response is once you've actually thought it out. Second thing, and the super important one, is neutral thinking. Learning to speak in a neutral way about problems or opportunities. Probably not going to explain this the right way, but there was a NASA study, because they're very, very good with neutral thinking, but they were on a spaceship and there was a problem. I think that, I don't know, one of the engines blew. And in that scenario, one of the engines blew. It's not beneficial to say, no worries, this is going to be fine, we're going to get back to Earth, don't even worry about it. That's not helpful. That's too positive thinking. And there's no action or game plan around that. So not useful. It's also not helpful to be completely negative. Oh my God, we're going to die. It's all over for us. We're never going to make it back. Not helpful, not useful. Neutral thinking is when you say, what other engines can we use? Where could we land? How much farther can we get with the engine that we do have working, right? Asking those questions so you're not leaning so positive, don't worry about it, and you're not leaning so negative, it's all over for us. You're right in the middle. You're asking the important questions that will allow you to take action. So when you learn to control your facial expressions, your emotions, and you leave a little bit to be desired, so they're kind of waiting for your thoughtful response, and then you reply with neutral thinking, what are the possibilities, not overly positive or overly negative, you're going to be taken much more seriously, and people will consider you to be a more even keel person that makes work light versus heavy.